So I got a body loop from Diane Bruni and Ricky Richter a couple of months ago after doing one of their DNS courses. They'd started introducing using the body loop for some dynamic neuromuscular stabilization exercises. And I got to take it home and try it out on my own with some clients. And it's been really helpful for things that I would normally use like a TheraBand for or a strap. I'm using the body loop instead. And the reason why is the TheraBand, I find for some people they don't like the elastic. It can feel a little bit too tight on them. Or if they've got latex issues, I do have some latex free bands, but they're not always the most comfortable and they're a little bit hard to find sometimes in the city. They also break really often and I'm constantly having to replace them because I use them quite a bit. So the body loop instead is much stronger. It doesn't roll the way that a TheraBand will sometimes roll if I'm using it around someone's rib cage and trying to get more serratus anterior, if they're holding a TheraBand, reaching their arms in front of them, trying to get more of their deep front line engaged. The TheraBand will sometimes roll up and that's not helpful, so the body loop stays nice and flat. Also, if I'm trying to get someone to feel more of lateral line while they're doing squats, sometimes I would have used a strap or a TheraBand in the past around their thighs to kind of have some feedback to push out into. But the TheraBand again digs, and a strap is not dynamic enough. It's too stiff. So I like that the body loop has some flexibility. It's challenging people through a dynamic range of motion. It's not static, and it's really easy to adjust. That's really good too. And the Velcro on it doesn't rip apart. If you put it on any setting, it's going to stay, which is really helpful. Whereas sometimes with the TheraBand, you'll have to untie it and tie it tighter in different ways, and it takes too much finagling. The body loop is much better. I've also been using the body loop for giving people some more, definitely compression and giving them more proprioception just along their skin and different things, areas and exercises, but also for better joint centration. So it gives better feedback. I can make it tighter or looser as I need to. And I think it's a really great tool. I've been kind of looking for something like this in my practice, and then they invented it. So I'm really happy that they did. And I think it's going to be a really great tool for my clients and for other practitioners for sure.